What up, what up? Welcome in everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start by being transparent. I didn't talk about all of the plays I was playing yesterday. I was playing them throughout the day, but it wasn't the best day for me. I went 3-5 yesterday overall, and I think I'm 5-5 my last 10 college, so I need to do a little bit better. And we got the right person here to help us out. We got our guy 5 star. Last Friday, I believe you went 4-1 on those single bets. So they've been waiting for you. How you doing today? And great to have you back.
What's up, Skee? Always good to see you. We talk, every day anyway, man. But shout out to all of your followers and your audience, man. It's always good to be in here with you guys. I really enjoy Fridays with you, man.
Yes, sir. We got big slate. I think it's another 16 games today, and we got a lot to talk about. Appreciate you guys in the chat. They're excited. Jeff says had to put the day on hold to watch Ski and 5 star. So everybody's
Shout
ready
out,
today.
Jeff. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the support.
Hate to hear this. Justin, condolences, bro. And just prayers for your family.
Oh man.
I know you were supposed to be going and having some good times with the guys over there in Texas, but it's tough to hear that. So
Oh man.
condolences, prayers for you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Couple
Prayers up for you,
more,
brother. Sorry about that. Sorry to hear that.
yes, sir. Couple more comments before we do get started. Brandon says, "What's good, gang? Let's stand on business today. Good looks on that Illinois play slash lean. They cash easily. Terrence Shannon Jr. cashes points prop for 26. I wish I knew where to find them college props because I know I'm for sure putting my money on Shannon. Um,
Yes, sir. That's our boy. That's our boy,
yeah.
Ski.
Hey, I can't wait to see who we go to in the league too, because I'm gonna be following. I'm gonna be watching. Let's get to it. We have some region winners to talk about. I know you like those
Yeah.
futures in college basketball. I've never really looked at them until I started talking to you, but we got a
Hmm.
good amount of them. So I'll start there, and we'll go to the East region. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even know who's in all the regions, but I know the guy we just talked about is in this one, and the only person I could see, competing with them is UConn. So tell us who you think wins the East region.
I gotta go with Illinois. I caught him at plus 700. Man, the value was immense. You got a really veteran coach over there with Greg Underwood, who's oh man, he's an unbelievable coach. Excuse me, Brad Underwood. He's an unbelievable coach. Started out at SFU and really did a really good job there. He's a hard nosed guy. Really runs a really disciplined offense and a very hard nosed defense, and he has the players, man, that's going to make that happen. We know Terrence Shannon skiing our ticks about this kid every time he plays. I think he's the best player by far in college. He's for sure, to me, the most NBA ready, So we got Terrence Shannon Jr. He's on a mission. He's dealing with the sexual assault case that he caught in Kansas on an off week, man, during the fall, man. He got in some trouble. He was able to get it overturned in the courts and be able to play. And I think that's a lot of motivation for that kid to try to, prove people wrong and show that he's not a bad guy. He's a really good player, and as we know, he led Texas Tech to the Final Four as a freshman, man. So he gets another chance to do that again, and he's surrounded by immense talent, man. You got Marcus Domask, who transferred in from Southern Illinois, who's a really good player. You got DeGear, who's a really good player that transferred in from where did he come from? Oregon. He's there. They got the kid that I really love over there that plays the stretch four. Tall kid, 6'11", can shoot the three, block stuff, plays with a lot of energy and emotion. I just really like them in this bracket. The East is probably the toughest bracket, Ski. You got um, Auburn over there. You have Duquesne over there. You got Iowa State over there. It's Florida Atlantic. You know how I feel about Florida Atlantic. So it's a really, really deep side to that East, man. It's really deep over there. But I like Illinois because I like how they play like grown men. And we've seen from what happened with Kentucky yesterday that the tournament
Mm-hmm.
is turned into a tournament that's about the grown men. That's what it's turned to, man. It's not about you can't do the one and dones anymore. That's why Duke is in trouble today as well. You gotta have some veterans. These coaches are using the transfer portal, man, to get some guys who have a lot of games under their belt and they're executing, man. And so I really like Illinois for being a grown man team that plays really hard and has the talent Also, to back it up, my dark horse in that East bracket would be Florida Atlantic. You know, I'm big on them. I love Jonell Davis. He's another guy that's going to be in the pros. Um, he's surrounded also around some really good players. His whole team came back. The top 10 players for Florida Atlantic came back this year. Um, they were the Cinderella story of the year last year. They made it all the way to the Final Four, lost with San Diego State hitting the game winner at the buzzer to knock them out. And I think those kids have been motivated all year to get back to this dance. Um, they have a really good center in Golden who's going to give people some problems. And I think FAU can if they win today, and I took them to beat Northwestern, I think they can give UConn some real issues. And if they can get through UConn, man, that plus 4,500 is going to turn golden. So I'll be on Illinois at plus 700, and my value pick, my dark horse for the East is going to be Florida Atlantic at plus 4,500.
I like it. And I think I can get involved with the Illinois to win just because I got faith in them. And you look at the price tag, they do play a hot Duquesne team coming up, but -9, -10, or you can just take them to win a couple more games at plus 700. So I like the way you're going there. Let's move on over to the Midwest. And this is a region that I think has, I mean, it's a lot going on in this Midwest, but there's a lot of teams that I do not trust. Purdue, Kansas, because how banged up they are, and honestly, what I saw yesterday, Gonzaga has looked good. That may be some competition. I do like Tennessee, but you like another team. Who do you like in the Midwest?
Yeah, Tennessee is a team that's really talented. Their only thing that's holding them down is, you know how I feel about that coach. Skee. He's not a good March coach, man. He doesn't do well in the tournament. They had a good showing yesterday and dominated the team that they should have dominated. But they're definitely a sleeper. But I like Creighton. I like Creighton plus 400 to win the Midwest. It's really they made it pretty much chalk for Purdue. Purdue has the easiest road out of all of the number one seeds, man. They really did them some favors by putting them in the Midwest around some teams who aren't that good. Gonzaga and Kansas are down this year, as you said, and then you got Texas, who's underachieved. Um, I don't know, man. I just like Creighton. I don't think that Purdue gets it done because what troubles me about Purdue is this. I think if they end up facing Creighton, if Creighton can make it through and Purdue can make it through, I think that Kalkenberger, the big for Creighton, neutralizes Edie. Because see, Kalkenberger is a more new age type of center. He's 7'1" or so, but he can shoot the three. He passes really well, and he's going to make Edie work. Whereas an Edie is a back to the rim type of center, plays a power game, reminds me of Yao Ming in his prime, man. He's, really soft touch. He can shoot free throws, but he's limited, man, and he has slow feet as well. And then his parts that are around him aren't that good, man. I don't like the guys who are around him. Whereas in Creighton, I really like the guys that are around him. Baylor Shireman is a baller. Trey Alexander is really a baller. He could play in the NBA, man. So I think that Matt Painter continues uh, what he's done in the past, and that's falling apart in March, man. I don't think this team gets it done, even though the committee laid it out for them to. Um, I'll definitely be on Creighton at plus 400. And my dark horse for this side Skee is going to be Oregon, man. Oregon is a really good team, man, and Oregon is turning it up right at the exact time. They're playing good. Dana Altman has those guys running and gunning. You saw they just won the Pac-12, and they had that Nike money, so they're going to keep some of the best athletes. So they have a center who's going to be a real problem if he faces Purdue or if he faces Creighton, man. They got to worry about that guy. He's really athletic, tall, block shots, gets involved, and he has great pieces around him. A lot of guys that can shoot the rock and handle the ball, man. So watch Oregon. Oregon will be my dark horse. That'll be my value pick at plus 2,000, but I'm definitely going with Creighton to come out the Midwest at plus 400. I just think it's their time, and I think that they have a veteran team.
All right, good stuff on that. You got a couple ways to make some money in the Midwest. Move on over to a more straightforward region, and that's the West. Looking up and down, I mean, it looks like the favorite should probably get there. And you like another team. Looks like you rolling with I feel like I hear this every year, right? Izzo in March, maybe as a dark horse.
Zona.
Zona, yeah. Zona is like who's beating Zona in this bracket? I just don't see it.
I don't see anybody beating them, Skee.
Um, what are they? Plus
I think
195 here. I
yeah.
mean, you would have somebody would have to talk me off of Arizona. I think getting close to 2-1, that's easy money. So you like Arizona, and you also like Michigan State, right?
Yeah, I like Arizona at plus 195. I think that North Carolina is a good team as well, but they're going to have all types of issues next round against Michigan State. Michigan State is coming together at the right time. Both veteran teams, but I trust um, the guys who are coming back from Michigan State just a little bit more than I trust North Carolina, and also I trust at the end of the day the coaching in Michigan State. You know, I trust Izzo just a little bit more than Hubert Davis in that matchup. I think that they'll be able to neutralize R.J. Davis with all those great guards that are going to make him have to play defense with Michigan State. So I watch for Michigan State on the upset. They're only at plus 900. That's a pretty low number with them being a ninth, rated ninth ranked team in that ninth seeded team, excuse me, in that bracket. Most nine seeds, they're like, over plus 2,000 or so. They're only at plus 900. So the committee's telling you, well, the books are telling you that it's definitely a route for Michigan State to get there. Tyson Walker can ball. They just got a deep team, man. It's ballers all over in Michigan State. So they would be my dark horse. But as you said, Arizona got to be the favorite. They had the best coach in the West, deep team. And then Caleb Love transferred from North Carolina. This is the third team he's been on. This is the new thing. These kids just bounce around to whoever's paying the most, but he has a really good nucleus around him at Arizona. As we saw yesterday, we took Long Beach State at 20.5 and landed right on 20, so we were lucky we got that one. But I like Arizona out of this side. I just think the West is wide open. Sleepers Dayton. You know how much I like Dayton. They were able to pull off an upset. I like everything that Anthony Grant does over there. But Bama's down this year. St. Mary's is solid, but they're going to have out their hands full tonight with Grand Canyon. So I think it comes down to Arizona versus Michigan State or North Carolina, and I like Arizona's favorite over both of them. So I think Arizona comes out the West, as you see by the number plus 195. They're the favorite in that bracket.
Good stuff on there. There's one more region that we want to talk about here, and I love this one. I mean, we probably would have got a much better
Yeah.
price if Kentucky didn't lose, and but it is what it is. Houston, the number one team in the nation, definitely the favorite in this region. They have been a little bit banged up. I'm thinking though with the time off that what is it, Roberts? He could have got a little bit more healthy. So I do trust Kelvin Sampson. I do trust Shed. I do trust these guys. I get a little bit nervous that they can go dry on offense. But you think they can at least make it to the Elite Eight? And who else do you like in this region?
Yeah, the homer in me is taking. I can't go against my Cougs. I'll be honest, man. If I wasn't a Houston guy, if I wasn't, raised in Houston and been on that campus and love those guys so much, I probably would not take them to win the South. I'll be honest. But I also can never go against Kelvin Sampson and his success that he's had with this program in March. We've seen them. They always go deep in the tournament because they hang their head on the main things that matter. That's defense and defensive rebounding. So if they can continue that, they'll be okay. Shooting, as you said, they struggle with shooting, man. Because how Coach Sampson coaches is he stresses defense, and on offense, it's pretty much they run pretty much NBA offense, dribble drive, make something happen 1-on-1. The only real shooters, LJ Cryer, but LJ Cryer and Jamal Shed are elite guards. They've been friends since fifth grade, so they have really great chemistry with each other. Cryer is a vet. He's won a championship with Baylor. He was on that team and was one of the starters. If not the starter, he was a six man. He was definitely getting prime minutes on that team. And then, Jamal Shed, he's been deep in March. It's 2 straight years with Houston. So all the way to the Final Four and the Elite Eight. So I just think that they're being veterans and their ability to step up and rise in the moment is going to carry them through. They're going to have to play a lot of minutes because they're not a deep team. But I think the motivation from losing in the Big 12 tournament carries through him. I'd hate to be Longwood in the first round because the first half I expect them to be up like 30 because they're gonna really come out fired up after being embarrassed by Iowa State. My dark horse in the tournament. I mean, we disagreed on this last night. I told you North Carolina State has some dogs, Ski.
Yeah, you was
They
right
have
about
some
that one.
real dogs over. Yeah, they have. But I'm glad you got a chance to really watch them last night. You know, because you probably I know you more NBA than college, so you haven't really seen
Yep.
them play. That team is really talented. They're long, they're athletic. They got so many players. They got Horn, and then the key is DJ Burns. Man, I told you, no one wants to hold him in the paint because he's gonna beat you up, man. And if you go 1-on-1 with him and don't double, it's a bucket. You can count it. He's gonna get to the spot. He's gonna hit you with that left-handed hook or the right-handed hook. He can use both hands, but he's left-handed. He can shoot the three, step out, shoot the three. And the best thing about him is he's an elite passer. When you come with the double, it doesn't matter where it comes from. He's gonna find the cutter or he's gonna find the open guy for the three. And then he has an outstanding coach in Kevin Keats. Kevin Keats has had a lot of success being a head coach. Even before he came to North Carolina State, he made a run with NC Wilmington. That's how he ended up getting the job. You can never, ever count out those guys because they play hard. They have the best on-ball wing defender in America, and Casey Morsell. I say it's out of him and Jamal Shead. They're the best wing defenders in the country. And so you got that, all going on over there, man, with the momentum of winning the ACC. Those guys, nobody wants to play them. Nobody wants to play North Carolina State. Plus 1,300 is candy, man. It's great value in that. So I'll definitely be on Houston as a homer at plus 130, but I'm going to also put a little money on North Carolina State at plus 1,300. They can get it done.
Do you worry about this comment from Andre? Andre to Andre here. NC State has
Yeah.
played a lot of games here recently. Are you worried about them running out of gas?
Skee, we've been 1920 before. You never get tired. I'm not
That's
worried about
true.
that. They're not
That's true.
30-year-old veterans who's been running. Like these kids ready to play, man. They're gonna live off the momentum, off the energy, the excitement. They ain't worried about the ACC tournament, how many games they played. Their legs aren't gonna get tired, bro. You saw that yesterday. Did they look tired yesterday? Because they just played 10 straight days in the ACC tournament. They had to play from the first round. They didn't get a bye and won. And did they look tired in the second half? They looked invigorated in the second half to me. So I don't worry about that, Andre. They're kids, man. So they got a lot of juice.
And I can agree with that. When I was younger, I used to play all day, every day. So I hear you on that
Every day,
100%.
man. Come on.
And I cannot do it
Yep.
now. So
No. After you 30, it's over. For all the people that are watching, if you're 20, enjoy it.
man, the
Because
last
after
time I
30, it's
played,
over.
I was tired in like the first 15 minutes, man. I was ready to go sit
I'm
down.
telling you. And see, the saddest thing about playing pickup basketball, because we've shot together, we both ex-hoopers. And the saddest thing about it is this: your mind tells your body when you get older that you could do the
Yeah.
same thing. So
Yeah.
you start trying to do all of the things you used to do in your mind, and next thing you know, you have a blown Achilles. And you're sitting on the side of the court like I was, looking around like, what happened? So yeah, man, I just go up to the court now and just shoot a little bit. I play half court. I'm not playing full court. I used to run full court, bro, in my 20s every day. It'll be in Houston. It might be freaking 100 degrees outside. We didn't care. We was outside, running full court. But that's why I say NC State, they should be fine, man. They're kids.
Yeah. And it makes sense now why when I used to play that pickup, the old heads wanted to play half court. I get it. They used to tell us, you got to run us off the court. And if y'all want to play full court.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
All right,
want
let's
to
get
execute it just to keep their breath. Yeah.
all right, let's get to some of today's games. We did talk about some teams who are
Yeah.
playing today, but let's just get to specific games. We'll start with the first one. Northwestern, Florida Atlantic opened up -2, and looks like 4.5 currently. Total open 141.5, and it's moved up 1 point. I'm gonna be real. I haven't watched too much of either one of these teams. It looks like Northwestern is pretty poor defending the three. FAU is pretty solid shooting it. Do you think that's an advantage that can maybe get you to the window with FAU, or how are you looking at this game?
This is one of my bigger plays. I played them last night on Florida Atlantic. I caught minus 3.5. I hit them twice. Now it's up to 4.5. Every player with eligibility is returning for Florida Atlantic. This was team, as I said, had a Cinderella story last year, but they began the season in the top 10. Man, they climbed as high as number 7 before they slipped out of the polls in February. You're dealing with a Northwestern team who's missing some people. Man, they're missing one of their main guys in Barry. Just as the guy says, they take bad shots, and mostly that's Boo Booey. He's an electric point guard, but he doesn't have a lot of help around him. They had a 77-year NCAA tournament drought, man, until 2017, and then they were out again another 5 years. And last year they got to the tournament and beat Boise State. So Northwestern hasn't had a lot of tournament history, even though they play in the Big Ten. I think that Florida Atlantic is more battle tested because Florida Atlantic plays in the tough American Athletic Conference. As you know, we have a really high rating on that conference, Skee. A lot of good teams that they played during the regular season over there, and they had a really tough out of conference schedule. A lot of people don't know that FAU beat Arizona early this year. They don't remember, and they're a really solid team. They're one of the top 10 teams in the country by talent, man. I think that they're one of those squads that they became veterans. They've been to March now since last year, and it's kind of made it where they're setting everything up for today. Like they've been all year just trying to coast, trying to stay, head above the water and let's not get hurt. And now the real show starts, and I think that team has its mind on trying to get to Phoenix and lift the trophy. They're led by Jonell Davis. Jonell Davis is a slick guy, man. He plays on the wing, about 6'6", 6'7". He can rebound. He can pass. He could do everything on the court, man. Awesome player. He can NBA. He might play point guard or he might play wing. So we got that, and then he has Elijah Martin as well. Elijah Martin is kind of like Lou Dort for Oklahoma City. Big, strong kid that can shoot the three, puts defense first, and they have a huge center that Golden. This guy's hard to stop, man. I don't know what Northwest is going to do on these pick and rolls against him. So I'll be all over Florida Atlantic. I just don't trust Northwestern. I really think that Florida Atlantic can make another run. As I said, they're one of the most talented teams. They have a lot of chemistry in that locker room. And the thing that I love most about FAU, they got their top 10 players and coach back from last year. Dusty May could have easily left. They were offering jobs left and right. The whole team, Jonell Davis, he tested the waters with the NBA. I think he went to the pre-workouts and then he came back. Elijah Martin did the same thing. Their whole team is coming back, man. They're too deep and everybody can play. I don't think this one's going to be close. I think Florida Atlantic takes Northwestern to the whooping shed, man. Northwestern is missing their second best player in Ty Berry. They're going to struggle today. It'll be Boo Booey trying his best to keep him in the game, but they won't be able to score enough points. I think the Florida Atlantic rolls.
And I'd ask you, you think it's going to be a beatdown? I mean, why not? I mean, does it start early, first half? I always say I don't love laying with teams that I don't think can shoot free throws. Do you think it starts
Right.
early in this one?
I have both. I split it. You know how I do. If I'm gonna get a 4, I gotta take the 2 because I'm gonna never be able to get the 4 back if I get the lead. So of course I split it. I did 5 units on each on the first half and on the game. This was my biggest bet early of the morning, and then my second biggest one is the next one we're gonna talk about with Colgate.
And they putting some respect on your name. Tomorrow looks like he was already at the window with this game, and he listened to you. He said, "I just hedged out of Northwestern."
Smart,
So,
smart man. I don't know how they athletically keep up, man. I'm serious, man. If you have never watched Florida Atlantic play, you're gonna be pleasantly surprised with the type of ball these guys play, man. They're so in sync with each other. They can shoot the three so good. They have so many quick, fast, smart guys. The reason why they made it so far last year is because new age basketball, Ski, you and I know, even in the NBA, the best thing to have is a combo guard. You got a guard. They got so many guards who could play point and shooting guard. Like they can get on the ball or off the ball. That's very difficult to match up with. Northwestern is slow footed on defense, man.
all right, good stuff on that one. I think I may have to try to get in the window really quick while we start to break down this next game. I wanted to just hear you talk about it a little bit before I got to the window. That's all. But the next game we're gonna go
Yeah.
to Colgate and Baylor. And this game opened Baylor minus 13.5. They're 14.5 point favorites currently. Totals only moved a half a point down. I'll say this: Baylor, they shoot the three good, but Colgate top 10 defending the three.
Yeah,
So is that
that's
what's going to be
right.
able to keep them in this game today?
Yeah, Baylor has tended to begin slow, so I'll be on first half +8 because we've seen throughout the tournament. Ski yesterday, we saw most of the dogs came out roaring early, and then as the game went on, then they kind of laid it down. But they started out fighting. It's a lot of mid-major tournaments, mid-major, excuse me, schools in this tournament who are looking to make a name for themselves. This is not the old days where all of the talent is top heavy. It's talent everywhere around the country, and the 3-point ball has closed the gap. If you can shoot the three, you can stay in these games, and Colgate can shoot the three. Um, it's a good team coming out of Waco. Not nearly the squad Scott Drew usually assembles out there, but they're still very good. But they're facing a Colgate program, man. It's won 4 straight Patriot League championships, 17 of its last 18 games. When the Raiders get off the bus, Ski, they don't look impressive at all. They look like some bums. You're gonna think they some little YMCA little bums out there. Like, man, look at these guys. They're slow. They look sorry, but they can play. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for how they look when they get off the bus, man. With them, it's all about precision, efficiency, and execution on offense. The main thing they hang they had on is defense, man. They do a great job of forcing opponents into bad shots. They led the country in creating inefficient positions for teams. Also, as you said, they limit teams that shoot the three, and Baylor's a 3-point shooting team. They will not get those looks. They're going to have to drive today because Colgate holds opponents to 29.8% from outside the arc. I know Baylor has all the talent. They got the high recruits. They got Ray Dennis, the big time transfer that they have from Toledo and everything. But man, I'm going to take those points with Colgate. I think that Colgate has a habit of winning. They've been playing really good ball for so long. They're not going to be afraid of Baylor. They're just going to run their game and run their stuff. Veteran coach over there. Give me Colgate with the plus 14.5. Give me Colgate +8.
You making it sound damn good. And I'm with Ripper. Said probably going to roll with Colgate first half. I mean, I could see them hanging around in this game, and you said it should start early. So this is one we could probably split up um, first half full game. Boofer says 5-star dropping insults I can't use. uh,
What up, Boofer? Don't be on the wrong side, man. Don't be on the wrong side, Boofer. You a vet. You supposed to know better than fade me.
So Colgate, that does sound like a good one. And I did just put FAU in first half while you were talking. I'll let you have the full game, or maybe I'll jump in if I get a chance. But I do like to watch them too. Like I said, I didn't watch them, but everything you said sounds good. This one, what I'm looking at on my numbers sound good. I like what you're saying, and it sounds like one I can get involved with as well. On that note, let's move over to another game. We won't touch every single game today, but we will touch a good amount. So here's one I wanted to talk a little bit about, and this is Western Kentucky and Marquette. Marquette opened as a 15-point favorite. They're now 14 and a half. Total has dropped 2 points, and I'm disagreeing with both. I'll say like this: first, with the total, Western Kentucky's playing at the fastest pace, and Marquette, they like to play a little bit more up tempo too. Marquette, not the greatest defensive team. The offense is what gets them over the hump. So I think this one is played up tempo, and when we get over that 157, I think the total is moving the wrong direction. As far as the side, I like Marquette. I watched them play. They got their point guard back in the lineup. They got a backup point guard who's good too, and I just don't like that they cannot shoot free throws. So I view them as a first half team. Could you talk me off of Marquette first half? I know you don't do too much totals, but I like the over too.
You
You
froze
there?
up, Ski. I didn't hear. Yeah, you froze up for me for a second. What was the last question you said? I'm sorry. What was the last thing you said?
I like Marquette first half, and I like the over. I know you don't do a lot of totals, but can you talk me off of that first half Marquette?
Man, it sounds like you. It sounds like you a robot right now. I don't know why it's coming through like that. But what I was saying, I heard you said you're going to Marquette first half. I definitely like that with you. I would go first half. I wouldn't go full game on this just because Western Kentucky is a scrappy team. and they can score the ball. They can run, get out in transition. Battle tested from coming from the Conference USA conference that was pretty deep. So I do enjoy, like you. I like Marquette first half. Marquette tends to play fast. Cam Jones can get off the ball now and play on the wing. He can get movement and do cuts and things like that, and they can also run them off some screens and set them up for some threes. Because now Tyler Kolek is back running that offense. You know how I feel about Marquette, man. They got a really deep team, and I love Shaka Smart. This is his time of year. He's a really good coach, so I like Marquette first half with you.
All right, that's what I want to hear right there. I, I'm pretty sure I'm getting to the window with both of those picks, and we do have time. That game starts in a little less than 2 hours. We're getting a question here,
Yep.
and
Okay.
again, I got to remind y'all, it's a lot of games on the slate today. I don't want y'all running with stuff that we didn't come on here to talk about. It's just we're gonna be giving you maybe opinions on what we think. So we got a question from my boy Jay Cash. He wants us to maybe touch on San Diego State and UAB. I know you'll know a lot more about these schools than me, but what I will say is, if you like UAB, San Diego State is more of a slow starting school. They're more of a second half team. So if you like UAB, you probably want to get in first half. Other than that, I would like to think that San Diego controls that second half. So how do you view this one? Could you get there with San Diego State?
Skee, I don't know what's going on the net. I don't know
Lo-
if it's
Log
mine or
out and log
yours,
back
but I
in.
can't. You're freezing up. I can barely hear you.
Log out and log back in. Or here, I'm gonna text him real
Can
quick.
you can you hear me fine?
Yeah,
Can you hear me fine? Yeah, you're like you got the robot sound going.
chat. Let me know if you can hear me correct. If you guys can hear me correct, I'm gonna have him log out and log back in real quick. Maybe we need to do a little bit of a refresh, but I just want to make sure at least you guys can hear me, so it's not just my stuff.
Okay, 1 second. All right, let me log out and come right back.
Boofer, he on you. Um, Boofer says 5 star got that 1 star Wi-Fi. Let me try to look up a couple stats while we get 5 star back in here because I didn't look too close into this game. Um, there he
Help.
goes.
All
You can
right,
hear
now
me?
you sound. Yep, you sound way better now. Now, what were you saying?
So our question is about UAB and San Diego, and San Diego State is a second half team from what I've been
Hmm.
watching. So if you like UAB, you should take them first half. Other than that, I think San Diego State will make adjustments, especially after losing their last game. Um, they probably might even be fired up in the first half. Can you get there with San Diego State?
I this game, and it's crazy. If when I did my bracket, I took UAB to win this game, right? But now that I've done more thinking, looking at the market, doing some reading, thinking about different angles, I would probably lean San Diego State full game. As you said, I like UAB first half. San Diego State always starts slow. They play methodically, makes adjustments as they go. Big time coach over there. As I said, he's been with Fisher. Fisher started that program when he left Michigan, and the current coach was his assistant as a kid. So he's been over there with San Diego State for, man, 20, 30 years. They have a way that they play basketball over there. It's a standard that they've set, and these kids do a good job of maintaining it. I think that San Diego State will be motivated after being upset. They gave away their game against who was that they were playing? New Mexico. They gave that game
Mhm.
away. They had to lead. We both were on them. They should have won the game, and they blew it at the end. But they struggle shooting. That's the problem with San Diego State. They're going to be dealing with a UAB team that's not afraid. They're fired up. They got Eric Gaines. Eric Gaines is like Rondo was when he was at Kentucky. He's straight hands. He will steal the ball from you, man. This kid has great hands. He's fast. He'll dunk on you. He's going to be an NBA player. They also have another guy. I think his name is Vasquez. If I'm wrong, forgive me. He's a kid with the cornrows over there. He can shoot the rock number 10 for UAB. He's a really good 3-point shooter. They also have a kid from down the street from my grandparents, Winsboro, Louisiana. My grandparents were in Monroe, Louisiana, and he can really play, man. A big that they have, he's like 6'11". UAB should not be slept on in this game. But the motivating factor for San Diego State is the loss, and then also they lost in the championship game last year. So I know that they're going to want to get back. They have their complete nucleus back from that team. They got a kid from Houston, Lede, who I watched playing high school, who's kind of like he's very similar to Kyrie Leonard when he was at San Diego State. Big, strong. He looks kind of methodical, like he can't play, but he can do a lot of things, including shoot the ball. And he really hangs his hat on offensive rebounding and defense, but he can play. He can score the ball if he has to. They got some guards like Trammell, who's been there for a long time. So I think as the game goes, San Diego State adjusts and separates and probably wins this game. But I'm like you, Skee. If I'm gonna take UAB, I'm gonna be on them early, first half plus 3.5.
I like that breakdown. Joshua says the more experienced team coming off a conference loss who've been here before, they will come in more prepared. Early jitters, he thinks, for UAB. And my guy Jay Cash, he wanted us to touch this game. He says he likes San Diego full game. Great coach. Look at the defense. He trusts no team that don't play any defense. UAB's offense is good, but you miss a couple shots and your defense can't get you stops. So we're all kind of looking at this one a little bit the same
Be
here.
careful. Be careful though with UAB because the thing that you can't, those numbers don't mean as much in March in the tournament. You know what I mean? Because I am Skee. It's still about the Jimmys and Joes more than the X and O's. You need the X and O's, but it's about the Jimmys and Joes. And UAB has some Jimmys and Joes. They got some guys who are gonna play their best because who they're playing in the stage that they're on. Like I know guys who are going to step up. They got two guys over there that's going to step up and going to play their best ball today. I guarantee you that they're not going to be afraid at all. And that's Eric Gaines and Vasquez. Their two guards are going to play. Gaines might have an advantage really on San Diego State's point guard, man, because his height, his quickness, his hands. He's a quarterback. He's a leader, and he's a guy who could really play at any program. Man, he came from LSU. He only left because Will Wade left. He went back to UAB because he's from Mobile, Alabama, but he could play at UCLA, Arizona, anywhere. So watch Eric Gaines, man. Watch Eric Gaines for UAB. Don't feel so confident about about San Diego State strictly because you always worry about teams who have problems scoring, and San Diego State definitely has problems scoring.
Jay's with you. He said he's a hooper for sure. He plays like an NBA two guard. So maybe that's a game you watch a little bit of and then try to jump in.
Exactly. I'm staying away from it. It came off my board, but as I said, if you guys look at my bracket that I'm looking at right now, I actually picked UAB money line to win, but I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna enjoy that one. It's gonna be a good watch for me because there's two really talented, good teams.
Yes, sir. And don't got to touch every single game. So
That's right.
there are a couple comments here. Prolific says, is Skee going to do NBA or no? Just asking. What I want to say about that is we got 16 games a day yesterday and today as far as college basketball. And especially, I mean, for anybody, but especially for somebody like me who doesn't watch every single college team all year long, I got to watch these college games and be involved in trying to cap these college games. I can't cap 16 college games like that and then also go and cap an entire NBA card and say that I've done my best work. So
Right.
I might have a little bit of NBA, I might not, but NBA is on the back burner until a little bit of these teams get eliminated. Um, and next, S. Dot is asking, did we cover how the Gators are going to run the table? So I know this is one you glanced at a little bit, Colorado and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pick them right now. Total is 158.5. I know Florida did lose their starting big man. Um, do you think they still have enough over there? I look at both of these teams. Colorado looks like they're really good shooting and defending the three. Florida not the best shooting team. I mean, if Colorado's knocking down threes, can Florida still, be in this game?
Colorado is a talented team. They got Big Eddie Lampkin, who's from the Dallas area. Used to be at TCU. He's a poor man's version of DJ Burns, where he can really pound you down in the paint. Florida will miss their big men that they have, but they also have a lot of talent in Florida, man. You know, they always are going to have talent. That's what they do. They have a guy who transferred over from Seton Hall. He's about 6'11", plays down low. I want to say what's his name? Tyrese Sanford. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you real quick. I apologize for not having that, guys. 1 second, let me get
You
his
good?
yeah, this kid here can play, man. I don't know why he's slipping my name. Samuels is his last name. That's his name, Samuels. He can play. Um, He can shoot the three, 6'11", you know what I'm saying? He can really play. So I think that he can neutralize Lampkin, but I like the wing play for Florida. Colorado, I don't. Williams is gonna have to play better than he played last game. He looked horrible for them. Their 6'7", 6'8" wing that they have, number 10 for Colorado. They need him. They're gonna need his points. Um, Florida has one of the better coaches in college basketball. Youngster coming up, came from San Francisco. Really played smart. That battle tested. I'll be on Florida on this game personally, me man. I just think that Florida has a little bit too much in it. They play a little bit more talent than Colorado. I like Colorado, but what I don't like about Colorado is I don't think that offensively they'll be able to keep up with Florida. I do think that Lampkin is a really good player, but him being slow of foot, dealing with Tyrese Samuel and the other bigs that come off the bench for Florida, I think is going to end up being their demise because they're going to pull him out and make him step out of his comfort zone. So give me Florida in that one.
All right, so S dot, he's with you. It may not be by 20, but he thinks Florida's gonna win. He
Yeah, I
thinks
like
Florida's gonna
Florida.
win.
Yeah, I like
We got a
Florida.
few more to touch here. This one, or yeah, this one is pretty easy for me. Probably pretty easy for you too. I'm willing to go against Purdue really versus anybody. I
Right.
asked you as soon as Grambling won, I was like, what kind of team is this? Because I really want to try to fade Purdue. 27 points is a hell of a lot. I don't know if
Yeah.
Grambling has that grit or whatever you want to call it to go out there and punk Purdue, but I simply just don't trust Purdue. So Eileen Grambling, how you feel about it?
You know, I'm an alumni. I went to Grambling State University. Thankful for the education that they were able to give me. I was there on a scholarship, man. I didn't finish because I was a knucklehead. But I got love for Grambling, man. My whole family went to Grambling. Really good, solid university, man, with a lot of tradition. Normally known for football, but now we have a basketball team and do not take these guys lightly. I'm not saying that they're going to win this game, but I am saying that they're going to come to play. They're 9-1 in their last 10 and 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. I know Edie's going to dominate them. No one can stop Edie. But the thing that's going to keep grabbing this game is because they're fearless for one thing, and second, they have shooters. They got like four guys that are left-handed snipers, just straight hoopers. They can shoot the three, they can handle the rock. They can get to the go to the rack, and that's going to mean a lot. Grambling upset Colorado this year. Who else did Grambling beat? They for sure beat Colorado because I remember I had that game when they beat them. They beat Colorado. No, last year they beat Colorado. This year Colorado clapped back on them, but they've played a really tough out of conference schedule to prepare them for these games. They played Iowa State, they got mowed. They played Dayton, they got mowed. They played Washington State, kept it a little close. They played Drake, kept it close. They played Florida and got mowed. But the thing is, this prepared them for this time of the season as they got into conference play and they were able to dominate the SWAC and win that tournament, and also prepared them for March. I just can never give up that type of points to a team that I know can shoot the ball as good as Grambling can, and that has a coach as good as they have. So I'm going with Grambling plus 27 on this one. It's not just a homer play. It's just that I think that there's just too many points to give up to a really feisty team.
I'm with you. I mean, you ain't have to talk me in too much. All you got to say is fade Purdue, and I'm running to the window.
Hey, we've been fading. There's two teams that we've been trying to fade. We've been trying to fade Purdue, and we've been fading Kansas, man. And last night we had our reasons why we took them, but next game, oh man, I'm all on Gonzaga. I don't even know if they put the line up yet, but it should be 9, in my opinion. It should be like 9 points, man. I don't know what they're going to make it. It'll probably be like a 6.5 or something, I'm guessing. But we've been fading them because they have not been playing well down the stretch, man. Now, and another one. Who else were we fading is where Virginia, and they came. That was a layup with Colorado State. Virginia's another program, too slow footed, just fell off. Purdue has the size, the strength. They're going to dominate early. They probably be up like 25 at halftime, and then Graham the backdoor cover it by fighting real hard in the second half. So it'll come right down to the wire, but I think Graham covers.
It sounds like similar to that the Kansas game from yesterday.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
so we'll see how that shakes out. I can get there with Grambling State. Next, we have James Madison and Wisconsin. I
Hmm.
might have seen Wisconsin play one time, but they opened 4.5. Market moved it to 5.5.
Hmm.
Um, even though everybody looks like they're betting James Madison here. So I'm curious, are you with everybody or do you think the market is moving in the right direction?
No, the market is skewed now. Anytime you got these lovable darlings like this, it never fails. Wisconsin is on a mission. I know they have to feel like they should have won the Big Ten tournament, but they didn't. They have a really good coach in Greg Gard that's going to have those guys ready to play. NBA player and AJ Store over there. That's what makes Wisconsin different this year. Wisconsin is weak in the paint, but I don't think James Madison will be able to take advantage of that because James Madison um, is really strong at the guard position. TJ Bickerstaff transferred over there from Boston College, and they just were better than the guys that they were playing in that conference this year. They haven't played anything like this Wisconsin team. Uh, Wisconsin has two guys that I think is going to really give them props, and that's going to be Chucky Hepburn and AJ Store. I think that they're able to step up, and I also like Max Klesbit a lot too. He's a really good shooter. I just don't think James Madison is disciplined enough on defense to get enough stops as the game. And this just is a juicy number. Give me Wisconsin, man, to win by 10 or more. It's just too much public love on James Madison. We've seen this every year that everyone finds this, little darling that they're just so sure of. And sometimes it works to our advantage as real bettors. The fact that people think they're sharp, what they do. They see these little numbers, and now they're playing a number of games and thinking they're so smart. What's up, Cashville Rican? What's up, man? Yeah, they're thinking that they're real smart and everything like that, and trying to be sharp instead of just playing, basketball. What we talk about all the time, Skee, when we lose, is because we're reading the market too hard. Sometimes it just comes down to basketball. Wisconsin is just a really good team that has their mind on trying to make it to the Final Four. I think they run through James Madison. James Madison plays an up-tempo style, really exciting to watch, but they're undisciplined, and I think Wisconsin takes advantage of that.
All right, good stuff there. 5 star looking towards Wisconsin. Cashville Rican appreciate you. And he also says hit the like button for the guys. That does help out the show.
Yes,
We got a
sir.
couple more, and then we can go watch some hoops. Um, this one will be easy. How about this? Houston versus Longwood. I saw my guy Jay say earlier, I would hate to be Longwood today. Y'all know what I'm
Yes.
doing, man. Houston
Yep.
off of that bad loss, Kevin gonna have him ready to come out there and hoop. So
Ready.
first half in my pocket. How you feeling about that?
Automatic. We lost the last one. That means we're gonna win this one. Double down. Every week we bet them. We're gonna continue. First half, Houston has been gold all year. I don't see why it changes now. Very motivated, very upset, embarrassed by Iowa State. Poor Longwood. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Poor Longwood. Go first half, Houston.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see. I mean, the team total is probably low. I'm actually not gonna look at the team total, but I'm all over that first half. Houston. Somebody's
Yeah.
asking what is his what Twitter? You see it right there at 5 star in Vegas. So make sure you give him a follow.
Yes,
And
sir.
we got one last game on the slate here, and that looks like Vermont and Duke.
Yep.
Duke is open 11.5. They're now 12.5 point favorite. Um, I haven't watched really Vermont too much at all, but I don't think Duke is that good. Would you be willing to fade them here, giving up this many points?
Yeah, it's a nice little trap number we have here. Last time that they played, Vermont almost upset them. Vermont is one of those mid-major teams that has great tradition, and they just kick ass up in their side of the world. In their conference. They didn't lose a game in conference this year. 28-6, and like I tell you, winning is habitual. After you have a team that's been winning for so long, they're not gonna switch up just because the name on the front of the jersey. It's not gonna make them afraid. We just saw Kentucky get upset by a veteran team last night where they were dealing with all of these one and done young guys, and Duke has the same thing. Besides Flipkowski, all of those guys are first year starters, one and done guys. I just don't feel like that they're going to get over that 13. I think that Vermont is full game plus 12 and a half, and this game will be really tight going into the end of it. Vermont can shoot, man. They're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country, man. Um, they really score the ball well, man. They average 8.2 makes a game. That's 25 points right there that they're going to get off just shooting the three alone. Um, they also attempt about 25. So as I said, if they're hitting their threes, then Duke is going to be in trouble because Duke doesn't play defense well. They play they're 121st ranked against the three, man. So I just think that Duke tries to make it up tempo in the running game, and Vermont just continues to execute down the stretch. And I think that they're going to be really hyped for this game, man. They're going to be much more hyper than Duke is going to be for them. And just give me, I'm going to take the points of Vermont, man. I got to be their Huckleberry on this one. I like mid-major programs with winning traditions like Colgate and Vermont, and I love to bet them in March with double digits. So give me Vermont plus the points.
I like it. Good stuff on that. Couple things here. One, I said this the first time we had him on, but thank you for coming on because I know you don't like to be bothered when the games are on, and you do have a game on. We went early at least today.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, you the only person I do that for. Look, you see how I am right here. I'm already watching it. You know, I'm watching this Florida Atlantic game as we speak, man. I'm peeking down as we go because, man, I got like 10 units on this one.
Yeah, hey, you got to watch that money, and that's how you're gonna continue to make it. Because you don't just win by betting numbers. You got to watch the games. I don't care what
Gotta
nobody
watch the
say.
game. Gotta watch the game.
Prolific is asking where to get the merch.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. We got the wagingworld.com coming up soon. I'm probably gonna throw up on our YouTube page. We're just not getting back to doing the YouTube, man. I was caught up doing radio on ESPN 97.5, and I was happy because now I didn't have to do any visuals. I could just be in here, you know, in my boxers and tank top doing a show, and nobody know it because I was doing the radio, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna put it up probably on the YouTube because we're back doing the Waging World on YouTube. And it's still up on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But I have the merch on the wagingworld.com. But I'll make sure to put a link to it on the YouTube as well so you guys can order it, man. I appreciate you you know, supporting everything, and I'm glad you guys like it.
Yes, sir. I have a Discord, and I saw them asking for that stuff too. So they looking for it. They like what you got going
And
over
I
there.
got you, and I'll give you your hoodie, man. I forgot that y'all been ordered you a hoodie. I got you a black one. I know you don't wear too many caps. You gotta let the crown
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
He loves his hair. He loves his hair, y'all. So I ain't gonna even give you no cap. I never seen you wear a cap in your life.
No, I don't remember the last time I had one on. So
Right, yeah. And I've wore caps. I got it from my grandfather, man. I've been wearing caps since I was like all my buddies, my boy Cardell, he's watching now. He's just a text. We could tell you, man, he's known me since sixth grade. I've been wearing caps since seventh grade every day. That's just always been my thing.
yeah, I
I
seen you
got hair
without a
under
hat
here,
maybe
guys. I'm
like
not
two or
bald.
three
Hey,
times.
I got hair under here, guys. I'm not bald headed.
Hey, the first time I seen you without a hat, I was like, "Oh damn, he got hair."
You could believe it, right? Like he wear caps every day. Yeah, man. I probably got 1,000 caps, bro. I really love caps, man. It's just something. I don't know. It's just something I always done.
uh, Tomorrow he's saying where you get your picks at.
Okay, if you guys want to subscribe to the picks, I only run a small, as Skee knows, I don't like a lot of headaches. So I have a small group. If you guys are interested in it, and it's very expensive. I'm letting you know now, it's not cheap. It's very expensive. So if you guys are serious about betting and you are serious better, all you have to do is DM me at 5 Star in Vegas. If you have problems with the DM, do like some other guys do and add me, and then I'll DM you, and then we'll discuss the prices. But I can tell you now, some people they be like, "Oh yeah, okay, bet," and some people be like, "Man, are you crazy?" And the people know, "Are you crazy?" It's just not for you, man. I got a price that I said, and it's so I don't waste my time, guys, because at the end of the day, me and Skee both walk to the window and get paid. You know, everything we do with the public is just out of love for sharing our information with you guys. But if you're going to ride my plays and play the plays that I'm going to play and put your jinx on mine, then it's a heavy cost, man. It's not cheap, brother. So don't feel disrespected if the price seems high. You got to be a real better. You got to at least be betting at $100 per unit each bet or up to even get in my program, because it's not going to make sense for you financially after I tell you the prices.
All right, good stuff there. And Manzy's asking me, Ski, when you doing some merch. You know, quick story time. But a long time ago, me and my boys used to throw parties. Um, we had merch and all this stuff, and people became dads and families, and it just kind of fell off. But I got some stuff in the works, and you'll see some stuff in the summer. It's some nice stuff coming up.
So and
So
as soon as he gets it, he gonna shoot it to my guy, and we gonna get it out, pressed up for him. And you see, we got high quality. Everything's high quality, man. It's high quality. It's out of L.A. It's out of your hometown. Shout out my guy Cheese, man, who owns Baked Goods. You guys go to www.bakedgoodsgss.com, and you'll see some. He has a couple of my items up, but we're doing collabo work. He has other stuff. I don't know. Skee, you remember all of those bakers shorts this Currency used to wear all the time? Those are all made by my guy Cheese, man, with baked goods .gss. So he's the one helped me design this. We came and did it as a collaboration, man. So it's really hot. It's everything that we have coming out, man. You know I'm a fashionable guy, Skee, so we don't play, man.
yeah, I know. Y'all like to dress over there in
Yeah,
Texas.
out of H-Town, man. Come on, we gotta represent, man. You know that South Side boy, man. On the South Side, Southwest, that's what we do.
What up, Kyle? Appreciate you tapping in. So we've been on here for a good amount. It's about that time to get going. So I will ask you. We did a good amount of promo, but is there anything else you would like to promo? And maybe there's a bet you like a little bit more than the rest for the people for the show.
Well, okay. The thing that we're going to promo is you guys please follow me on X. It's a brand new account. Ski could tell you I had like 50K on my old account, and then I got in
Mhm.
trouble. Ski had to talk. Ski used to text me every day on my old account and be like, "Five, what are you doing? You need to
Bro,
take
just
that
stop.
down."
Come on.
Yeah, I wasn't being wise, man. You know, when you get set in your ways, you're an older guy like me, man. I'm an older cat that's been doing what I want to do for a long time. So sometimes I forget that you got to kind of watch what you say. The social media platforms now that they're giving us is really like you're on TV almost because you got a brand, man. And I got a little loose and got to talking about COVID stuff because they had ticked me off. Me and Ski were missing money, man. It's never been a day. One of my OGs, Web Ski, used to tell me a long time ago. Quick story. He used to always say, "Man, don't stress a bet because every day is something on the board to bet." Well, we woke up during COVID and there wasn't nothing on the board to bet. And I was mad. And then you know how much I love college basketball. The tournament had just started. So I went crazy on them. I was going on there talking about all these things that the government's lying on. And man, Jack shut me down quick. So I had to sneak back in there and start a new one. So, guys, this is a brand new page that I'm building. If you want to get the pics, the plays, you want to get the links to my videos, please follow me on X at 5 Star in Vegas. I don't do Instagram or none of that type of stuff. I'm married. I don't want to get in trouble. I had a popping Instagram and had a lot of DM plays going. So I had to get up off that mess because I love my wife and I'm trying to stay happily married. So I'm on X, man. You guys go to X to follow me. Also, you can go to Apple Podcast, Spotify, search the show The Wagering World with 5 Star in Vegas. It'll pop up with our latest episode. We just threw up one, Sino and I. And I'll be here every Friday with Skee, man. All through basketball season, we're gonna be rocking out, man. I really enjoy on this platform. We've been talking about doing this forever. Me and Skee been talking about doing the show together, man. How long? Maybe 2, 3 years, right?
Too
So
long.
too long. So now we're able to get together. You see, the energy's real because this is really my home and we really talk every day. So you guys follow me there. Continue to support my guy Skiing coming on here, man. And as I said, man, y'all see me next Friday.
All right. Um, I'm gonna give one for you because I know what you're playing, and
Okay.
I'm gonna go with you at the same time.
All right.
We already know it's automatic, so y'all should
Yeah.
know too. Houston first half, man, off the
Yeah.
loss. We taking it to the window. Samson gonna have them guys ready, and that minus what 14 and a half, 15 and a half is good money. So
Yeah.
appreciate you 5 Star. We
Yes,
appreciate all you
sir.
guys in the chat, and best of luck on all your action. We'll catch y'all next Friday.
All right, guys. Y'all stay up.